Fridges and freezers are one of the technologies that has also come along the energy efficiency sort of drive. So there's some simple tips with fridges and freezers. Number one, operating at the right temperatures makes a difference. So fridge settings should be sitting around 3 to 4 degrees to preserve sort of dairy and meats and things. Freezer settings should be -15 to -18. Now, if your fridge settings are cooler than that, then the likelihood is it's turning on more than it needs to. And so you're, burning through a bit more energy as a result. The other thing that you can do is checking the fridge seals. Now, in this instance, it's showing someone with a $1 bill, an American $1 bill, no less. The idea is you can do this with simply an A4 piece of paper. I'm going to just pick up an A4 piece of paper in my hand, just to give you an idea of what I'm talking about. Let me just briefly turn my video back on. Oh, hello, here he is. So you get your piece of paper, you open the fridge door, and you slide the piece of paper halfway in, and you close the fridge door down on the piece of paper so it's clamped. And then the idea is that you just give the piece of paper a bit of a tug. It should put up a bit of resistance. The rubber seal around the door of your fridge should be able to hold that piece of paper and put up a little bit of a fight when you go and pull on that piece of paper. If by chance the page slips out with very easily, with no resistance at all, then the little rubber seal around your fridge is starting to go. There's a bunch of little magnets set into the rubber, and so the outcome is that the magnets have started to lose their grip and they're not closing up and holding the fridge seal tight to the main frame of the fridge. And so you just work your way around with a piece of paper, starting, in the obvious place, but work your way all the way around the door, all the way around the bottom, all the way around the side, just opening and closing the fridge and giving that piece of paper a tug. That's the simple test, and if the fridge seal is going, then what will happen is air will be pouring out. The cold air will be pouring out of your fridge. You'll be spending more on electricity to maintain the fridge, and so your electricity bill goes up as a result. And fridge seals can be replaced. If it's an older fridge, it might be time to consider a more efficient modern fridge. Okay, let's get back to the presentation. All right, so moving off fridges and freezers, let's talk about cooking. Small appliances, if you're just really, doing small cooking, potentially small appliances can be a much more efficient way than trying to warm up a whole oven or a stove top where energy is just sort of pouring off. Very popular, things like Breville sandwich makers, etc. I've used a particular brand there, but microwaves, toasters, sandwich presses, kettles, lots of smaller appliances. Although they draw a lot of power for the short time, they're actually only heating a fairly small space, and so there can be great efficiency there. You see from the toaster there, it's a 4-slice toaster. Unfortunately, I've occasionally seen those where it's a single dial, and even if you're only trying to cook one piece of toast, you've got 4 slices, the equivalent of four slices coming on. This one separates it into 2 and 2, which is good. And the other thing, another little simple trick, is to just boil the amount of water that you need in your kettle. It's quite common, to pick up the kettle, half fill it, put it on the stove, and then, come back 10 minutes later, it's turned off. Or it's, or if you've clicked it on a button, it's already heated up, and you reheat it again, and then you end up only pouring in 250 mils of hot water, but you've heated up to 3/4 of a litre. So, just what you need. Ovens and stovetops are changing. So when using the oven, fan force settings, make a bit of difference because it means that the heat's being distributed really well and evenly across the oven, and it means you can also make use of that by, heating multiple trays of food, which is good. Cooking appliances don't have Energy Star ratings, I should say, and so there are new appliances out there, including induction cooktops. Now I'm off grid, but I actually bought a little separate induction cooktop, which like one that just sits on the up on the table. I've got to say they're amazing. Their energy use is good, and they're very responsive, so it's a real winner. There's also now, if you're purchasing new, you can actually look for triple glazed doors. So there's a lot of energy, lost out through the faces of ovens and things. So there's improvements in ovens and stovetops as well.